Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the cosmic troubadour of Southern Soul, King Corduroy.
You just tuned in to King Corduroy Presents, and today's guest is comedian Martin Phillips. Martin is a part of the Kill Tony universe and has appeared on huge stages such as Madison Square Garden, Bridgestone Arena, the YouTube Theater, the HEB Center, and just last week, Dana and I went and saw him at Zany's, and he killed it. And so we just went up afterwards and chatted with him, and he was all about coming over to the studio and doing an interview, and we had some barbecue at Jack's Barbecue. And I really think you're going to enjoy this episode. There's even a harmonica lesson at the end. And this episode is brought to you with support from Nashville Custom Hats. They provide fully customized hats with unlimited options. Check out NashvilleCustomHats.com for more info. Enjoy the episode. Martin Phillips, welcome on.
What's up? Hey.
Oh, I appreciate you coming, man.
Oh, yeah, just chilling in town. So
yeah, you are.
I don't really have any plans besides tonight, so it worked perfectly. So
you slayed last night at Zany's.
Oh, yeah, it was good. It was a good show.
Yeah,
good
man.
Time. Do you have tattoos for every state you lived in?
Yeah, I do.
I was starting to I was like, is that one Alabama?
Yes, sir.
Do you have Mississippi?
So.
Oh, yeah, just for reference. It may not come up. I just noticed.
Yeah, people ask that a lot. So I got Georgia, because
Georgia.
That went for Athens.
You lived it? Oh.
That was a short spell when I was in college, but that was like probably the first counterculture town that I experienced.
Is it UGA now?
UGA,
Did you go to college there?
I actually went to Alabama.
Oh,
yeah,
but okay.
That's my alma mater. But when I spent a summer in Athens, and I took classes at Truett McConnell Community College.
Oh, okay.
Which is on 316, and it's where a lot of people get credits, and that way I was able to be there. And I sold newspaper subscriptions door to door to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Oh, nice. That's a well-renowned newspaper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But to transition.
Okay.
Or if you want me to finish, I can finish though. I got Cali.
You said you were in LA.
Yeah, I was an LA guy.
Yeah, LA.
And then I got the Mexican Baja Peninsula right here.
Okay.
Todos Santos, a beautiful magical town there.
Oh, sick.
And then Texas. I used to live in Austin for 6 years,
sick.
Actually.
You look like you live in Austin.
Austin influenced me very much, my style and my music for sure. And then actually, dude, I know the guys in the band like Carlos.
Oh, yeah, there.
Yeah, the horn section I played with, the Groove Line horns. I did a bunch of tribute nights that Raul Vallejo was on.
Yeah, they're legit guy.
Oh, yeah, they're part of the scene.
Musicians.
And then Matt Muelling. I used to work at the door at a club called Momo's, and Matt played there all the time.
Oh, that's sick.
And D Madness, I played on bills with D. D would perform as a one-man band where he would play drums, bass, and keys and sing. Have you seen that?
I've not seen him do all five of those things.
Yeah, dude, that's what I played on bills where he did that. But
it's crazy. I don't know what it is, but it's like blind people, great musicians. I don't know. It's like, especially like piano. It's like, because, Ray Charles too, when they're all blind, but great on piano. And then you have it's like the sight doesn't impact your musicianship. You're probably even better somehow. Like all the blind guitarists, blind piano players, they all pretty crush it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I guess you just kind of have the extra sense to do it.
Yep, there's a cat here in town, Rory, who plays on Broadway and stuff a lot. He's blind, and he plays almost every instrument. He'll play beautiful clarinet, lap steel, guitar, all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
I don't really play instruments, but I can type on a keyboard without looking down. I kind of know where all the letters are because I've done it so much. So it might be similar. It might be in a way similar.
Well, we're talking about music. We were talking about doing a harmonica lesson.
Yes, I have my harmonica here that I just got off Amazon. it came with the holder. So I don't know how to play. It's just to play after I tell the joke. I can just,
It was hilarious last night, dude.
Yeah, it seems to do well. So
How long you been doing that shtick?
It's been like a few months. I did do it on Kill Tony. I think the episode is gonna drop soon. So I don't think it's made its debut. I don't think a lot of people are aware because. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it should. I never know when they're gonna drop, but it should be soon.
Very groovy.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you with the tap shoes.
Yeah, I did that
here at Bridgestone.
Yeah, I did it at Bridgestone. I did that. I do it every now and then. That's not the thing I bring out every now and then. So.
Was that the first time you ever tap danced? Was it Bridgestone Arena?
I did it at a couple small shows in Austin. But as for like big, I think I also did it in a big show in Toronto. But that's that's the big episode debut. And then I did it a couple weeks ago when we were at Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
but not on the episode, just on we had like a showcase show. So
okay.
I did it. Big stages, Bridgestone.
You went straight to the top.
Nassau Hall in Toronto.
Oh, dude, that's
and Madison Square Garden. That's where we bring out the tap shoes. So then I don't know how the next one has to be like. The Chinese theater in LA or something.
Yeah, Groman's Theater, Grauman's Theater.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. I don't know, but or if I'm on actual TV, or like the Oscars or something, we'll see. Like every now and then I'll bring those out. Every now and then I'll bring out the harmonica. I just think if I'm allowed dumb stuff, I think and I just go, let's try. I tried blowing up balloons once, but the pump got kind of messed up. It wasn't as easy as I thought, but I think actually I realized that's the Steve Martin thing anyway. So he used to blow up, and I couldn't actually like tie it together anyway.
Yeah.
But I just threw it unblown up, and they could just be like worms or something. I'm trying to think. We did the killer shows. Because it's like a bigger theater, it's like longer. I try and think of some type of like bit to come up with, just to have fun with it. I tried a lasso, but the lasso they sent me, it was like nylon rope. It was it was like shitty. Yeah, it wasn't even good. So I tried to, and people seemed to like it, but I don't think it was legit lasso rope. And if usually in the green room. We have like fruits that people never eat.
Yeah.
So I throw those out to the crowd. I've timed myself running. I've done a lot of different, bits.
You did the KC Rocket crab walk multiple times.
I guess, Casey was supposed to be here, so I was like, I know what the people want, I'll bring it. I don't know if I did it quite to Casey's ability, but I know what, people wanted, so
Dude, it was so great. You opened up with it.
Honestly, I thought one of the other guys was going to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought one of them might try it, but they didn't, and so I was like, perfect, and no one's going to do it yet. Speaking of this.
Wait, so I recognized the other two comedians that opened up for y'all. Yeah. Obviously, David Jolly was on the bill, too.
Yeah, he's the other headliner. The other guys, I guess they toured with Casey a lot. I met them in Austin. I'm not sure if they all live in Austin, but the host guy, Lucas McCurry, lives in Austin, and he does his own type weird, fun variety show, absolute show that it's like a weird type variety type like. Like, like an Adult Swim type show.
Okay. Where's that?
It's called Absolute Show. He's usually in Austin. He's usually at Creek in the Cave or somewhere. Okay. You can find it on YouTube. I put out an episode, so I can I can recommend it. And it's really fun. It's different and
I'll put the
unique.
info on that episode.
Yeah. You can find
yeah.
it. Yeah, they have a lot of episodes. And, it's like good quality. Yeah, it's like anti-talk show type thing.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to compare it to anything. So I want to do its own justice, but it's not like a crazy type talk show format,
Yep.
So yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, he's in Austin. I met the other guys in Austin, but they may have a connection up here, or they may be touring around themselves. But that's where I met them, so I'm sure they come down to Austin frequently as well. So.
And then you said this was your first time on the main stage. You've done the lab in the past?
Yeah, when we were back here for the Kill Tony show, we were able to get on the showcase at the lab, and that's all I'd ever done at Zanies. I've also watched some drag brunches in the lab, but I'm not. But I didn't participate in the drag brunch. But anyway, by the way, this weekend I'm going to see the Taylor Swift one they have.
Oh,
yeah, I'm pretty excited.
That's what you're doing on Sunday?
No, it's Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Okay. Early afternoon. It's Taylor Reputation. That's underrated Taylor. If you're a fan, the Reputation album, personal favorite. I think it's underrated.
Okay.
Some people say it's not good, but I disagree. I think it's top tier. I think it gets overlooked, So I don't know if you're a Swiftie or not, but
My wife digs it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'll have to ask her what her thoughts are on that.
Yeah,
Dana.
it might be. It might be. Might bring up a debate, but personally, I'm a fan of Reputation. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'll be at the drag brunch this Saturday.
He's going to be there. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to make like a little clip and post that.
Yeah, the last drag brunch I went to when I was there, they had the chaperone drag brunch. So and apparently they do it all the time at Zanies. I think a lot of comedy clubs participate in drag brunch. Apparently they have a sister act drag brunch, which sounds pretty cool.
That's Motown, dude. That was all Motown music.
Yeah, of course.
That's
hip.
Yeah. That's hip.
And it sounds pretty. It sounds maybe a little bit blasphemous if you ask my mom, but I think it'd be fine. I guess it's 80s. They have a lot of different drag brunches. So, and when I went last time, they all met me, knew I was like a comic, and they all followed me and stuff. So I'm happy to be friends with the Nashville drag community.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun time,
Yeah.
Some people may have different thoughts about drag, but it was fun, you just watch this. Yeah, we're all there having a good time, So,
High energy for sure.
Yeah, it's very high energy. Everyone's, it's really, a good time. We've never been just one drag brunch, okay? And there's no children out there. I don't know what the media is telling you, but the drag brunch, no one brings their kids. It's mostly just bachelorette parties. It's mostly just white chicks getting white girl wasted with one chick who's gonna get married in a month, and this is what they're doing. Because Nashville, it's like Nashville, Charleston, South Carolina, Austin, all very big bachelorette destinations.
It's crazy, right? It's very crazy.
I'm saying the craziest thing I saw in Austin, there was a bachelorette party. I guess the bride was dressed as Willy Wonka, and all the other girls were Oompa Loompas. It was weird. It was like,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a theme. They usually always dress.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't have themes. At least this one, they were like, we're a thing, we're a theme. So.
Yeah, usually it's like pink cowgirl hats.
Which is like, very minimal. You didn't really think out the theme. You're like, oh, I'm in Nashville, I'm in Texas. We're just gonna be, cowgirls. But at least the Willy Wonka thing was pretty original.
It's very original.
Yeah. So yeah.
So Jolly was telling me last night that kind of like the vibe at the lab is that you never knew who might get up. Like, is that kind of the vibe there, like the Comedy Store or something?
I guess when we did it, they didn't know we were going to be there. So I guess we were part of it. But yeah, and you have a lot of big comics who live around here.
Yeah.
Like, of course, Nate Bargatze.
He's great.
Dusty Slay. And, people come in also. Like, I think we have our, show in the main room, but I think they're going to let us hop on the lab. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, probably who's ever performing, or if they're performing, at the, Ryland or something. Yeah. I'm sure, yeah. So people come through, and Zany's is, the biggest comedy club here, and probably one of the only ones. So, yeah, I'm sure and it has a really good reputation. It's very well regarded as a comedy club. So yeah, I think who's ever is in town, who's ever in the main room, will probably stop by. So yeah,
I love that. That's a great plug for Zany's right there.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
they're
that's
cool.
Love. I like that.
LA, the comedy store might be different because they're in LA, so they might have a bigger reach, like a lot more famous comedians that are probably there all of the time,
Yep.
Like they'll stop by on Monday, and just do whatever.
So we're talking about LA. Have you said you were there recently, right?
I filmed some stuff with I don't know if you know John Goblin Con. He dresses up like a goblin and does comedy.
It's not just the name.
No, it's not his birth-given name. No, he's an actual goblin, and he does stand up and funny videos. So we actually filmed a few sketches, funny videos at the Comedy Store. They're uploaded. You can check them out. And then because it was the Monday. So the only show they could actually offer me was like the open mic potluck thing, which was fine. I think maybe if I was there on a different day, they would throw me out in the showcase. But I think Monday is it's Monday, it's more chill. But yeah, I did it. It was the main room. It went well. It was cool.
Very good.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. That was I've been to the Comedy Store. I've hung out there, I watched a show, but yeah, that was my first time, even though it was only the open mic, but first time actually performing in them. Yeah, it's a cool spot. And,
so people compare it to, how could you compare it to the Mothership from what you've seen?
The only thing I really like about the Comedy Store that I don't know if I've seen other places is I like they have the outdoor porch.
Yep.
Because then you can just hang out there. You can just go hang there.
Yeah.
You don't even really have to worry about seeing a show. And that's just at the Mothership. I think a lot of clubs don't really have a porch thing like that.
That's a great point.
Yeah, but as for rooms, it seems similar in the room vibe.
Yeah.
Because I think the Mothership's based on the Comedy Store.
Totally, yeah. That's why I was curious.
So yeah, it's a similar vibe. I liked it. I feel like the Mothership's big room might be a little bit bigger than the main room I was in. Maybe. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was probably bigger, but maybe it's hard to judge, I guess. But yeah, I think similar vibe and good audience and whatnot. So yeah, I think the Mothership definitely has more security. It's more.
Okay. You saying that makes me think of a question I wanted to ask you. What's the wacky? Okay, because I've gone and I signed up just one time because I was on the road with my wife.
Yeah.
Not just because I would have been I was going to perform with the band was my vision.
Sure.
But I caught the hang. So I've been there with the bucket pulls.
Okay.
And when I did it, I felt like there was maybe 50% of the people or more that were like maybe not even all the way, like that were like maybe suffering from some mental instability even.
As like people who sign up.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on that? How wacky is it back there?
I don't hang out with the people.
You never really had to sign up because you did it in D.C., right?
Yeah, I never really had to hang out with.
Wow.
But yeah, I am not surprised. I mean, anybody can sign up. I'm sure it'll get some wacky people, but
wow, yeah, that's crazy. So you were in D.C.
They used to go on tour. I mean, they still go on tour, but now they do bridge children right now. Now it's this quick. They used to do like clubs. I'm sure they recorded something at Zanies or something.
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, they used to go to clubs like that. There was like, they went to a club in D.C. and
what's that club?
It's the DC Comedy Loft, and
right on.
Yeah, actually, it's an interesting story because I bought the Kill Tony ticket to pay back my friend, and then there's only literally one. I literally bought the last ticket, like because I was gonna buy two and go with him, but the website wouldn't let me. So I was like, oh shit, so I bought the last ticket, but of course they added a second show. So my friend was like, hey man, don't worry about it. I'm going to go to the second show with some friends of mine. You should take the ticket. So he was a big Kill Tony fan at the time. And he probably introduced me to it. Like, I knew of it. I was never like a super duper fan. But, I listen, I watch every now and then. And then, I wasn't going to go. But, he gave me his ticket. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And then I was the last bucket pull. So it was all very serendipitous.
Indeed.
Like, it just was meant to be. And then they had two shows, and they invited me out the second one.
Yeah.
And then I guess for the Kill Tony enthusiasts and historians, there was never a part in any episode where Tony said, you are a golden ticket winner. He just said, like, oh yeah, whatever. I think he told me even like backstage, like after the show, he just said, yeah, if you're ever in town where we are, just hit me up and I'll get you on. So like a month later, they were in Pittsburgh, so which is like 4 hours away from DC.
Got it, yeah.
So yeah, I drove there and did that.
Wow. And
then I think I did like one of their pandemic Zoom shows, and then all the pandemic thing happened. I went to Austin once and did it when they used to do it at Antone's.
Antone's,
I did
Great
that.
Club.
Right before Tony got in trouble. It was like a few weeks before that, and then I never did it at the Vulcan. And then by the time I moved to Austin, they were doing it at the mothership. So everything's been pretty gradual. I just got, I could do it whenever I wanted. But, the pandemic was happening. I was going through my own stuff. And by the time I moved, I guess it was like 2 years ago, it was just a perfect time because I lived with several roommates. Everybody was going off to do their own thing. And I'd always aspired to move out of D.C. to go, because I mainly had only lived in Virginia, D.C. area for most my life, so I've always wanted to do that, but I guess I didn't have the courage, but also, just because I had the Kill Tony connection, it just made sense, like if I moved to New York and L.A., I'm sure I would have been on shows, but I don't think it would have been. It probably would have sucked, I probably wouldn't have as the success would be even more gradual. I mean, even more like when I first moved to Austin, it wasn't like I got on everything. It was still kind of like a process to move there, and I did a few open mics and whatnot. So it didn't happen right away, but I still was able to get on the show and stuff, and then things picked up, and it's all been a process. So.
Well, so you talked about things like it's unique that technically he didn't offer you a golden ticket.
Yeah, there's no.
But he also gave you an encore, which doesn't always happen. What was that, episode 412 and 413, something like that?
Yeah, I guess you're also a historian.
I try to
do.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think it was
research
something like that, like 411, 412 or something. But yeah, that's invited me to the second show.
Yeah, and he said that's how you do it in the pros. I feel like he said that too about you.
Yeah. So, I always did well. So then, he just kept letting me on. Like, I fell under golden ticket winner. Yeah, that's just how it happened, I guess.
Dude, well, I mean, it's like you said, that the move was for sure to go to Austin with all that momentum.
Yeah, I think everybody was like, yeah, if you're going to move, this is the place to move to. Because in D.C., like, Austin isn't close to D.C. Most D.C. people, like, move to New York because it's, like, 4 hours or so, 3.5. So that's usually what most D.C. people move. But, yeah, New York in general is just a lot to live and stuff, and not these people most people don't have super good connections, so that learning curve I think might be even more intense because you're in New York City and it's just I visit a lot of my friends and I can see how it can just be a lot,
Yeah, and it's more expensive than LA.
That's the other thing about Austin. I am able to have my own place. I don't really need. It's like the first time I don't need roommates and stuff. So that worked well. Things are way cheaper, at least for now. So.
Nashville Custom Hats specializes in creating fully custom hats from scratch, allowing you to design exactly what you need. Pricing is based on quantity, so adding extra details won't increase the cost, and the minimum starts at only 50 quantities. Thanks to rapid growth over the past 3 years, they've launched the NCH store, now recognized as Nashville's favorite hat destination. The NCH store at 501 Union Street in the heart of the Art District in downtown Nashville, you can pick up vintage hats, design custom hats to order, buy NCH branded hats, or even just make one on the spot at the hat bar. And make sure you get you some coffee while you're there, because it's strong medicine. This hat I'm wearing is the Dirty Bird. This is a denim hat. You can see different details like the back, the leather strap, choices for stitching on the inside. So when you hear you can add any extra details, these would be examples. A rope, a colored rope, maybe multicolored hat. The sky is the limit and the cost never goes up. Every episode I wear an NCH branded hat, so if you see something you like, you know where to find it. So we were talking about, Austin's way more affordable than other big comedy cities.
Yeah.
Before we move on to there, I was curious about DC, that club, The Loft. Like, is that a place where you were working a lot as a comic?
I've done it every now and then. I think after I moved and stuff, I did a headline there. So, it's like a smaller type club. And,
what was the scene that you were a part of when you were living in D.C.?
There's a lot of stuff to do in D.C. I don't think people who haven't been there are aware. There's a pretty strong comedy scene. The major club, like the Zanies type club, would be the D.C. Improv. That's like probably the best club in the city. And the Loft's kind of like, its own smaller type thing. The Loft is like everything. It's a club, it's a restaurant, it's a hotel. They thought, it's like it can be kind of, they're kind of.
You get some bogeys in a room like that.
Yeah, you're kind of crazy. But then there's a lot of like independent shows that people. I don't really know how to explain it, but I guess it's like I guess it'd be defined as like a LLC. Like they put on shows at different bars throughout the week, Capitol Labs, and they've been doing it for years. So they get a good audience and stuff. So they have different locations throughout the week and weekends, and they go good. Then there's a smaller club. It's like the cool club, small club. back in the day, if people are real comedy fans, they ran out of a place called The Big Hunt, but then it did not survive the pandemic. Then the guy who ran it just opened his own club, and it's called Hotbed. And Hotbed's like the really good, successful, like small club.
Okay.
In
Hotbed.
DC. Yeah, Hotbed.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's like it's a cool spot that's people want to do, and they sometimes get headliners come down from New York and stuff. And then there's a lot of other like independent type shows that are kind of throughout the week and kind of do their. So there's a lot of opportunity to perform throughout the multiple times a night if you're able to. So there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people, realize how much comedy is.
Okay,
DC.
So coming from that, which you were like, oh, that was a comedy scene. Then you go to Austin. It's like, what's the comparison?
Well, when I first went, the crappy open mics I did were a bit more egregious than.
Really?
Yeah, it's Austin, it's Texas. People, say whatever. Where I guess, DC, we're, slightly more left-winged, kind of more left-minded. So it's definitely not just the crappy open mic sites there, but in general, I guess, in Austin, there's definitely a lot of stuff you'll hear that I don't think you'll ever hear in DC, to be honest.
Yeah,
and that could be a good or bad things. But sometimes the jokes and sometimes I just think people are just being provocative to be provocative.
Yeah.
So you're just saying fucked up shit. It's not, I don't think there's really a joke in it. You're saying the most terrible thing ever said on a microphone in front of people. You can maybe get, it depends on what show you do, but like the good shows aren't gonna have that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, I understand people are, you can do your thing, say whatever you want. I don't care. But sometimes I do think this might be very anti-Austin point of view, but I think free speech is so out there, still is, but you can still say anything, but I think it makes you better if, it's limited in a way, you know what I mean? Like, things are funnier if it's just not like, oh yeah, fucked him ass, if there's I'm just saying, I think by having, whatever you want to call it, but having such limitations, I think, does make you better because you are able to think of things differently and not just some provocative, fucked up thing,
Totally, yes. Do you have something to say, or are you just saying provocative
exactly.
things?
So I'm thinking where I came from, I think people are better at having something to say and having, thought through.
Yeah.
Than just doing a joke, just provocative or, it's a lot of times it's like on the same subject or whatnot. At least there's a lot more variety and different type voices and whatnot coming from where I came from. But there's still good comedians. There's like this reputation people think of Austin as the provocative, as saying, really messed up things. But there's still good comedians in Austin who are just regular comics doing regular jokes that are there that, you have to go and see. So there is that part of the provocative, fucked up shit, which I know is, Kill Tony's thing a lot, but
yeah, what are your thoughts there? Do you think there's a misconception that a lot of people have about Kill Tony that haven't seen it?
Yeah, there is, people do say the provocative stuff, but a lot of times, it doesn't always work for them. And in general, like I've done the show, I'm there, I watch it. It's a funny show. It is entertaining.
It's very diverse.
Yeah, it's diverse. Yeah, there's like all the regulars and whatnot. Everyone kind of has their own voice. Like I'm different than like Hans, and Cam is different than David Lucas or William Montgomery. So yeah, he does give different voices, like different comedy styles, because Casey does his weird thing, and then Hans does his thing, which is way different than what Casey does. And now we have people like Timmy No Breaks, and he's
my goodness, it's so good.
Yeah, he's great. That's way different. So
yeah,
I do think, I mean, and some of those voices might be not for everyone, but then you have other regulars that people like. So Tony may not be for everyone, but then he'll have a guest that is different from him. So yeah, there is a lot of different diversity in comedy, at least.
Yeah.
So it is like it's entertaining. I watch. Yeah, I come from the left leaning DC, and even it's still funny. You have to take it as a joke. It's not like I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It's not real. I don't think. I don't know.
It's a crazy dude. It's the craziest thing. Just the whole Kill Tony phenomena, because it's such a unique thing. It's got the Carson element to where you can go on and then your career's made, which is kind of what you described.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting how big it got, because it's such a simple show.
Yeah.
You just go out there and do a minute, and then people will interview you, and you guys kind of riff or whatnot. And so it's very interesting. Because it's a very simple concept, It's not like a big, it's we do this, and
it's the navigating of the guests, like the way Tony approaches the guests. Like that is what can lead to the magic a lot of times, because maybe the minute's not great. But
exactly. You have a good interview or something.
But you slayed, like right out of the gate, your first 2 minutes. Had you ever conceptualized writing in minute segments prior to that?
Usually my jokes are a little bit shorter anyway. So
you do. That's your rhythm.
Yeah, I just gotta work. Yeah, when I first started doing it, I guess I had ideas. Just like, just tell your story or whatnot. But then you realize when you first started, you have like 4 or 5 minutes. So I was like, I can't do it like they do on TV, because, they're like, professionals doing their hour. So I guess I was able to, just make jokes to fit the time. So, it was just how to do it. We realized, we only have 5 minutes. We don't have time to tell this funny story. You just got to have to tell the jokes and, do it like that.
Who are some of your comedic influences?
I don't know. I watched a lot of TV growing up. So, back then, Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Actually showed stand up a lot, I, I mean, everyone's gonna say the same thing when they say comedic influences, but I am a big fan of Norm. Norm is probably the best.
Yes, dude, Norm.
He's really,
You seen the I'm Not Norm clips?
I know that. I know that YouTube page.
Yeah,
yes.
So good.
I'm he's not a stand-up, but I really like Conan a lot. I'm a big Conan fan. I know he's not really a stand-up, and I don't know if he'll ever do Kill Tony, but if he does, that'd be sick as shit. So I watched a lot of Conan O'Brien growing up, and I watched a lot of South Park. My humor kind of goes with South Park a lot.
And that gives you the one-liners too, because you do have a lot of one-liners.
Yeah, it's just stand-up comedy. I really liked Jim Gaffigan growing up.
Oh,
you know.
he is brilliant and clean.
Yeah. And I grew up during, the Hot Pocket era. That's where he was really coming to prominence. And
Yeah.
his Comedy Central presents is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And you can watch stand-up, just on Comedy Central and, a lot of places. But at least back then, they had the 30-minute sets, and some people had their hour specials, so it was very accessible. Back then, I don't know, probably like Chappelle's Show.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
This is all when I'm like in middle school and watching stuff my mom would probably be upset about. But yeah, I just watched a lot of comedy on TV and stuff, and I used to be really snobby about it because some people do comedy, they might be younger, they do comedy, but they don't know who a certain comedian is. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, you think you're you don't know who Chris Farley is,
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I used to maybe a little snobby about when
I dig that. Well, okay, so when I think in the lexicon of comedians, and it's like he obviously had a certain shtick and a delivery style that's not yours, but the idea of the one-liners is like Mitch Hedberg.
I mean, he's definitely, he's a big influence. Also, Stephen Wright, is also a great
of
one.
course.
I don't think I quite do one-liners like they do. Maybe every once in a while, but they're
Yours are more, and you have callbacks too.
Yeah, I kind of add more to it, but I can see, of course, Hedberg and Stephen Wright.
I guess occasional non sequiturs maybe is the thing. Yeah.
So definitely those guys are the best at so it's pretty cool. And the Stephen Wright has a cool story because he's doing all these weird one-liners in Boston. In Boston, in the 80s, it was like booming with comedy. So the Booker guy at the Tonight Show went to watch these comedians. It's supposed to be a big time, but it turns out all of the other Boston comedians are doing material based in Boston. So the Booker's like, well, this isn't going to work on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
So then he saw Stephen Wright do his weird one-liner thing, and that's why he got picked. He was the only one who was kind of like not doing like Boston-based material. And then he went there, and apparently he got asked back like days later.
Wow.
His first appearance, then it was like a week later he was back. So, so sometimes, it works if you're different and doing your thing, because you really stand out. And
I think that's like an amateur thing too, or like from LA, like people will come up with a whole set that's centric to LA, and then they leave LA. It's like, okay, nobody knows that the 405 is always jam packed.
Yeah, and I'm sure people do that in DC too, because it's kind of like government, working for the government and all that type. So I'm sure it happens everywhere, but that's just an example of how.
Oh, it's such a good story. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So But
who is, if it has happened, who is maybe like the first person that, since you've come into success, that you've been on a bill with or just been hanging with, that you were like, wow, I made it?
When we did an MSG last year, we had an after party. We're walking to the after party, and it's me and Ari Matty.
Yeah.
And with us, we're walking in the group. It's like Pauly Shore, David Tell, Jeff Wright. Like, we're in, that's our group. And I was like, man, this is kind of surreal. Now I'm just like, in this, they know who I am, And it's like, dang, that's kind of wild just to like be in it like that.
Or like Insomniac, you're talking about watching Comedy Central.
Yeah, I watched that back in the day.
You stepped into an Insomniac episode.
Basically, so stuff like that every once in a while, you're just like hanging out, like, man, this is crazy that it just happened to be here. And it happens every once in a while. The craziest person I met, he just came to watch Kill Tony. He wasn't on the episode, but dude, Woody Harrelson was there, and that was
cool.
Dope as fuck. Out of all the famous people, I'm like, dude, Woody Harrelson's cool. Like,
I've heard that.
I didn't really talk to him too much, but he said good job in being, away. And then,
That's cool.
he was cool. And just, like I have like Pauly Shore's number in my phone.
Okay, so this is a great thing to talk about because obviously I don't know Pauly Shore, but I know his persona. Is he always on like that? Like, it seems like, this is my perception.
He's like a weird guy.
Yeah, like he wants to he's trying to make people feel uncomfortable just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
do you think that's the thing?
I guess I can pick that up sometimes.
But he's always like that.
He's he's a good guy and everything. But he's he's pretty weird.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Yeah, it's weird that like he's in my phone. Yes. Just like. Yeah.
Do you think he takes a sense of pride in the mothership and Mitzi's?
I'm
and
sure.
whatnot?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because it's based on his whole family and all that.
Yeah, so that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Yeah. So
Have you done any of his? He's had so many different podcasts.
I do. We have a video together where it's like he invites comics over to his Austin studio apartment to shit on it. He's certainly called comic shit on my apartment.
Oh, I've never seen that. Okay, I'll check it out.
It's
on his YouTube channel.
It's on Instagram usually. It would be.
I'll put clips.
You'll see it. It's been out for like a week or so. So
I'll include that.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, because he did one like in the pandemic from like his house in LA. Then he was like at his dad's house, maybe in Vegas.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
I think he has multiple properties, but he has like the
Austin version.
He has a studio in Austin. It's like a small tiny place, but anyway, cool. So. You got the harmonica.
I got the harmonica, baby.
The harmonica thing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's describe also like or maybe
you told me. I remember your advice. You're like, you gotta like suck on it or something. I was like, I don't know what this guy is talking about, but I don't know if he's just joking with me. But
it sounds like it. It's what my teacher Michael Rubin taught me.
Okay.
The great Michael Rubin.
He sounds familiar.
He's an Austin cat, actually. Yeah,
okay.
Man. He's a great harmonica player and plays with artist Clue James out of Austin. And but anyway, okay, so we were talking about what you're doing is you're blowing a lot, which is good because you'll always be in the same key. But if you suck, then that's where you get the blue notes.
Right. What's the difference between blowing and sucking?
Well, technically, draw is what we'd call it. So draw.
Okay.
And so it's a draw note. So this would be just if you just normal one.
Okay, with sucking be blowing in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that sounds like great harmonized.
Yeah, we did great, man. And then dig this.
So are you blowing in and out?
No, that's all sucking. That's all sucking. But if you can isolate that one hole at the end, which is the easiest maybe to isolate, and then... Yeah, you're getting in there. That's like a little vibrato thing you're doing.
Yeah.
But that's just something that you can tickle with over time. Yeah, dude. There's so many different methods that you could do, but if you start drawing, I should say draw instead of suck. If you start drawing, then that's where you might get into dangerous territory if you're playing with a band. Whereas like if you're always blowing, then it's just triads. So that's why you're kind of able to just blow all over it and then,
What does
that's spread out.
What does Springsteen do?
Springsteen does like kind of a folky vibe, but he definitely, everybody throws in those blue notes, and where you'll hear it like stuff like that. That's all in the
Did you do that from the first note?
No, that was actually from 3.
Okay.
So that'd be like 4 to 5. But that's kind of a little more advanced.
Are you sucking?
It's a draw. and then that's a bend. So it's one note. I'm drawing the note, and then I'm bending the note, which drops it in pitch, and that's where you get the blue note. So that you can do it on a lot of those different ones, but it's like once you figure out how to do it, then you'll always be able to do it, and it's different for everybody else. But this is what Ruben told me. This is hip. Play in front of your mirror, right? And as you're playing in front of your mirror, whenever you hit that draw note, look at your face in the mirror, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna. Everybody does it differently. Maybe your eyebrow goes up, or you wrinkle your forehead. Yeah. That's how you'll find it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way to conceptualize it is like you're trying to suck in a straw, and you want to suck up the top of the roof of your mouth, and then that's gonna. Yeah. I think I dropped my jaw a little bit, but you got to be able to isolate that one note, so that's like the first step. It's not something that happens immediately, but that's the magic, but the magic is in bending, and if you get to the bend,
that sounds like the cool thing.
Yeah, it's something. That's where the blue notes are.
I'm just, there might be more now.
Make a kissing noise.
Okay.
Like pucker your lips and kiss that first note right there. You hear that? So you just isolated the hole.
Oh,
so that's the first step, right?
Isolated the hole.
That sounds. That don't sound right.
Isolate the hole.
Yeah. And once you do that. Yeah, dude. Now, once you're doing that, then you can bend it. But you went up to the next one. But that's okay, though. That's okay, because that's part of playing, too.
Okay, cool.
But that was also the big key that Ruben taught me is he said there's techniques that involve multiple holes. So you want to be able to do that. But your first step is see if you can play each note individually, up the harmonica.
So, good start.
Yeah. And those were all blow. But that was all blowing.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
I'm stuck here when I do that.
Yeah. That's great, dude. Okay. You're isolating notes.
Yeah.
And I think the easiest one to isolate is the first. That's why I recommended it. So dude, that's that's pretty much your nugget to take with you right there.
I can.
You're gonna pucker.
Expand on that, yeah.
And then pucker that first hole there, and then you can hear my little. These things screw on. I got it a little bit loose. It's got a little loose. Don't hear the rattle on it. It makes it sound bluesy too.
Okay. Mine. I don't think it's that loose. Yeah.
We're gonna upgrade your harmonica. I think that we should. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I heard, but the other harmonica type has like the button.
Chromatic.
Yeah, the chromatic thing. I think you can do more with, right?
More holes. Yeah, and you can play like chromatic means every note. So these are diatonic, so you're limited into what you can play. But you could just, it's like you're playing a piano.
I heard, does Bob Dylan play diatonic?
Yeah, Bob Dylan's diatonic.
Yeah,
that's what you're getting at. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen's diatonic. Most people are. Stevie Wonder is chromatic. Pretty much all.
Stevie Wonder even played harmonica.
Oh, dude, he's one of the best.
Wait, actually, maybe I did.
Yeah, dude, it's different things. Like, Isn't She Lovely?
Yeah, I didn't know that was him.
Like, what is it?
I knew there was
Boogie on Reggae Woman. He's like, can I play? Can I play? Okay. And then he does the blow bend. So that's. So you can bend these up there.
Okay.
You hear that? That's like the playing. Anyway.
Okay,
but cool, Stevie Wonder, and then Toots Thielemans, who played like on Sesame Street and stuff. That harmonica, that was all chromatic harmonica.
Yeah. Okay.
They're probably. But okay, now we need to jam. What do you think? Should we just jam?
We can try, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll just get something going and we'll play together. was beautiful.
We'll see how it comes out.
I think that's a nice ending.
Yeah, cool.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on today, man.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
Good time.